Hey everyone, so this video is going to be about Furless Cosmetics. They contacted me late last year and asked if I was interested in trying some of their products, so I said yes. I was really excited to try out their brushes in particular because I had heard a lot about them in the past, but I'd never actually tried them out, so I'm really thankful for this opportunity to actually try out some of their brushes. So they sent me one of their brush kits. They also sent me some of their makeup items, which I'll share my thoughts on all of these. But just some interesting facts about their brushes. Their brushes, or all their products, are 100% vegan friendly. So if you are vegan or vegetarian and you find it hard to find brushes that are synthetic, definitely have a look at Furless Cosmetics brushes because they are 100% vegan friendly. With their brushes being synthetic, it means a couple of things. They are more hygienic. They don't need to be sterilised like animal fur or animal hair brushes. They're also hypoallergenic, so if you do have sensitive skin or irritations to animal hair or fur, it's also a good positive for synthetic brushes. I find with synthetic brushes they do remain softer for longer, and they also last longer because they're synthetic. They don't get coarse or dry out like animal brushes do. So those are some of the positives about synthetic brushes, and I will share my thoughts on the actual brush kit that I received. So this kit is the Purple Power Makeup Brush Kit, and its recommended retail price is $49.95, which, considering the quality of the brushes and the amount of the brushes you receive, plus also the brush holder, I think is definitely very, very reasonable. They also ship internationally, which is good for all of you overseas. So within Australia, outside of Australia, you can definitely order from them. So this particular set has 5 smaller brushes, so eye brushes, lip brushes, and 3 face brushes. And I will go through my thoughts. I definitely have some which are my more favourite brushes that I tend to go for, and I'll let you know why. And you would have seen some of these already in my, I think it was my November favourites video. So these are definitely quickly becoming my favourite brushes to use. So, in this particular brush kit, you get a large powder brush, an angled contour brush, a foundation brush, an angled fluffy eyeshadow blending brush, a fluffy eyeshadow brush, an angled liner brush, and a small eyeshadow brush, as well as a lip brush. So you do get the whole face, everything that you're going to need. I'm going to walk you through the brush kit itself and each of the brushes really quickly and just go through my thoughts on all of them. So the first one is the angled contour brush. This is probably in my top 2 favourite brushes out of the whole kit. I really like this one and I use it all the time. All of them are really, really soft, so they are really lovely to use on the face. This particular one I use to apply my blusher, my highlighter, and I use it for contouring. It's a really good size. It's not too big and it's not too small, but you can apply blusher, you can use it as highlighter, or you can contour around your nose, or standard contouring with this particular one. The next one is the large powder brush. I've used this with my setting powders or my pressed powder, and I've applied that and it's really lovely. It's a good size as well, so it does apply powder really well to the face. The next one is their foundation brush. I don't really use a lot of liquid foundation, but this particular brush, it's really nice in the way that it's shaped. It's quite flat, but there's quite a lot of bristles. I have used it for some of my mineral powder concealers underneath the eyes, and I find that it really pats on the concealer really well in those areas, or even around my nose. The next one is the fluffy angled eyeshadow brush or blending brush. I've actually been using this one for my concealer. I've been using just a standard powder, pressed powder as a concealer, or a loose mineral concealer, and this fits really nicely under the eye, and I just sort of buff it into that section, and this has been working really well for doing that, so I'm going to continue to use it. It's really, really soft, and again, like all the brushes, it's really lovely to use. The next one is the small eyeshadow or concealer brush. What I've actually been using this one for is some of my cream eyeshadow products. Because it is flat and it's more pressed together. It's not a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I like to use it with the more liquid products or the creamy products, and because it's synthetic you can do that, and that applies really, really well. You could also double this one up as a lip brush. It's a bit big for that, but you can do it, or just to apply it like I am any wet product to your eye area. Then we have the angled liner brush. I've used this with gel and powder eyeliner, and it gives a really nice crisp line. It's really, really thin at the top, so it does give a good shape, and I like the size. It's not too wide, it's not too big, and it's, yeah, again, a really nice brush to use. The next one is their fluffy eyeshadow brush. It's not a really large brush, and again, it's not a really small brush. So this one you can just use, and you wouldn't need too many more brushes. You could just say do these two, and you could pretty much get almost any look that you're going for. This one, it's really nice. There's a lot of bristles in there, and I have been using this one quite a bit just as an all-over lid colour brush, a blending brush, and also for my highlight up here. And the last one is the lip brush, which comes in this cute little container that you pop out like that. It's a nice pointy, flat, dense lip brush, and you could even apply colour to it. Pop it in there. Pop it in your bag so you've got some colour actually on the brush, so you don't have to carry around your whole lipstick. So my overall thoughts about the brush kit, price wise being $49.95 for all 8 brushes and the holder, I think it is very, very affordable and well worth it. For the quality of brushes that you're getting, for that price, it'd be hard to find that in a lot of the brands, particularly when they are synthetic brushes of this quality. You'd be struggling to find anything else that matches that. As far as the actual brush performance goes, I haven't had any problems using these brushes. They are really easy to use. They pick up colour really nicely, whether it be a powder product or a cream product or a more wet product. They've all worked fine, and they apply really nicely and evenly on the skin. Quality wise, they feel really good, but what I also noticed when I washed them, the dye didn't run. Like sometimes when I buy brushes, when I wash them for the first couple of times, I get black dye and the water looks really black because the dye is running out of the brushes. I didn't have that happen with these, and I also haven't had a lot of the brush bristles shed, so I haven't had a problem with shedding with these brushes. Sometimes you'll have a brush, and when you use it, when you're applying makeup to your face, you'll be applying the makeup and then you'll be left with little bits of brush stuck to your skin. I haven't had that happen at all with any of these brushes, so that's also another thing, particularly when you're using new brushes. That's really good that it hasn't happened, because it's not common that I find a brush that doesn't shed. So that's another big plus for me. Would I recommend these brushes? Absolutely. Who would I recommend them for? Anyone. This particular set, I don't think you need to be a professional. It would be great for anyone who just wants a basic brush set and have everything that you need. There are very few brushes that you'd need to add to this set to have a complete set. This would be great for travelling. It'd be fine for professionals and fine for people that are just beginners to makeup as well. It would also make a really good present for somebody if you know that they're getting into makeup but don't have a kit. That way they've got pretty much everything that they're going to need, at least to start with. You could also buy some of their brushes individually, and you can add them to it if you wanted to at a later stage. They also have some other larger kits as well, which I myself am eyeing off their larger professional kit. I think it's $150 and you get so many brushes, and there are quite a few in there that I'm really tempted to buy, and I will definitely be buying more Furless brushes out of my own pocket with my own money in future, because I'm very, very impressed with the quality. So that's my thoughts on the actual brush kit itself. Would I buy them again? Absolutely. I do plan on buying some more when I come back from my holidays, and I definitely want to try like a kabuki brush or a flat top brush, something more like a blending brush. I'd be really excited to try that. So when I come back, I will be buying more of them, so keep your eyes out for more in a haul. So my thoughts on their makeup product. One of the makeup products they sent me is their oil control veil. It's 30 grams and its recommended retail price is $14.95. what I thought about this product. I didn't really know what to expect, and I thought, I'll give it a go, I'll see how that goes. I've used this alone, and I've also used it over my standard pressed powder foundation as well, and in both cases it worked brilliantly. I find that particularly now that it's summer or it's warmer weather or humid weather, I get really sweaty around my chin, just in here. On my upper lip I get really sweaty, and also across my forehead. And when I used this, it did absorb the oils. It was sort of like a mattifying effect, but it didn't dry out my skin and it didn't make it look flaky, but I could definitely tell that it was lightly absorbing the oils on my skin. If you have really oily skin, I don't know how it would work. My skin is combination at the moment, so it's not really super duper oily, but I did notice a difference when using this, so it's definitely something I'm going to continue to use and repurchase next summer as well. It didn't make my skin itch either, which I have to be careful because sometimes when I use mineral makeup I get itchy skin, and that didn't happen with this, so I'm really impressed with that and I like that one. And for the price, I don't think it's a bad price at all. Considering how much product you're getting, $14.95 for an oil controlling product like this, I think that's a bargain. It's a really good price. And the last product is their shimmery mineral eyeshadow. These retail for $12.95 each, and you get 5 grams of product. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you really don't use much. This particular shade is in Thoughtful, and it's a light olivey golden green colour, if you can see it there. I have used this and I've tried it and I really like it. It's a really good pigment mineral eyeshadow colour. They come in so many different colours, and I will look into getting a few more when I come back from my vacation. But yeah, they're really nice. They apply really easily, they apply really smoothly, and it blends out really well too. To get a sort of light wash of colour, just use it on its own, don't worry about using a primer. But if you want to get a deeper, more vibrant colour, I would suggest applying a primer underneath it, or a cream colour base or a cream base product underneath, and then patting it on, and you'll get a much more vibrant look in the end. But as far as mineral eyeshadow goes, I definitely would recommend these. They didn't irritate my eyes, and I'm a contact lens wearer with sensitive eyes, so sometimes again, powdery or mineral products can irritate my eyes, but this one didn't. And I really like it. I've got nothing bad to say about the product. So overall, I'm very impressed with the products. The only bad thing that I have to say, which actually isn't a problem anymore, is that when I first received it, the actual case had a little bit of a smell to it, but again, it's probably just because it was all sealed up. All I needed to do was just open it out, leave it on my desk for about a week, and it was fine, and it doesn't have a smell to it or anything like that anymore. But that's really the only negative thing that I have to say about all products. I don't have anything else bad to say about the products at all. That's absolutely it, and even that has gone away. Doesn't have that smell anymore. So just a tip, if you do get it and you get it out of the package and it smells a bit plasticky almost, just open it up and sit it out on a desk and air it out, and it'll be fine. It's fine like that. So I will definitely be looking at buying more of their brushes out of my own pocket. I really like them, and I would recommend them to people. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And like always, I hope you found this review helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.